In our previous lesson, we explored how life might have begun from simple molecules to the first living cells. Now let's take a closer look at those earliest forms of life, the microorganisms that shaped our planet and paved the way for everything that followed. The first microorganisms. Early life on Earth began around 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago, when the planet was still young and harsh. The first microorganisms were single cells, simple and extremely resilient. They didn't need oxygen. In fact, oxygen was toxic to them. Science believed that early microbes belonged to two main groups, archaea and bacteria. The archaea are called ancient microorganisms that thrive in extreme environments: boiling hot springs, salty lakes, acidic pools, and deep ocean vents. Even today, they find them in places where almost nothing else can survive. Bacteria, on the other hand, became incredibly diverse. Some developed new ways to obtain energy by breaking down chemicals, or later by using sunlight through photosynthesis. Together, these tiny pioneers transformed Earth's chemistry and made it possible for life to evolve. Adaptation to extreme conditions. Early life was no paradise. Temperatures were scorching, ultraviolet radiation from the sun was intense, and there was constant volcanic eruptions and meteor impacts. But microorganisms are masters of adaptation. Let's see how they survived. Thermophiles, microbes that love heat, thrived near underwater volcanic vents and hot springs, surviving temperatures above 100 degrees. Halophiles, salt-loving microbes, lived in salty pools and evaporating seas. Acidophiles and alkaliphiles adapted to highly acidic or basic conditions. Methanogens, a type of archaea, produced methane gas as a waste product, playing an important role in shaping early atmospheric chemistry. These adaptations helped microorganisms colonize nearly every corner of the planet, from ocean floors to volcanic craters. The important early microbes. These early microbes did much more than survive. They changed the planet. Some developed photosynthesis, releasing oxygen into the atmosphere for the first time. This event, the Great Oxidation Event, occurred about 2.4 billion years ago. They marked the beginning of a new era in Earth's history. Oxygen was deadly to many early microbes, but it also opened the door for more complex forms of life to evolve. In other words, without these early microorganisms, life as we know it would not exist. In conclusion, from fiery volcanic vents to icy seas, the first microorganisms showed us that life can adapt to almost anything. They were simple, but the impact was enormous, shaping the air we breathe, the ecosystems we depend on today. In our next lesson, we'll explore how microorganisms diverged and evolved, leading to the incredible variety of life forms we see under the microscope. Stay curious. The smallest microorganisms often tell the biggest stories about life on Earth.